I noticed a couple of older gents earlier on.
Okay.
Kind of meeting up with some younger Vietnamese women here.
Okay. What are you getting at?
No, seriously though. You know, even the hotel we were staying in, remember there's that German guy, and it's pretty obvious what was going on. And it's got me thinking about the whole mail order bride thing.
Okay.
You know as well as I do that a lot of our subscribers, or at least people that have an interest in China, send us private messages very often asking advice about women that they've met on dating sites or these kind of mail order bride sites.
Right.
And well, maybe you can explain some of the interesting stories from your side, because you do a lot more of that than I do these days.
Go ahead.
I mean, because I normally advise against that sort of thing.
I do as well. So I'm actually quite curious as to why they keep talking to me about that. I think it's probably because I have put a lot more about relationships on my channel with my Chinese wife. So there's probably a lot of parallels to that. Now, one of the things I got to clarify is when we say mail order bride, we're obviously not talking about taking out an ad in a newspaper, right?
Yeah, it's
Nowadays,
just a term.
On the internet, right?
Yeah.
So basically, what are these kids doing? This is like public Jenga or something.
They've got a pretty tall one going over there,
Whoa,
man.
that one is epic.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's very vibrant out here, but lots of people hanging out.
Yeah, they shut the streets down on the weekend here, and
That's pretty cool.
you know, in the old quarter of Hanoi, and they
Right.
have like night markets full of touristy tat for the foreigners that come
Right.
here.
Anyway,
Sorry.
these both of us are rambling.
Yes.
Basically, what happens is you go on these websites, you pay a fee,
Yeah.
and this is just in case you guys don't know what this is all about. You pay a fee, and then you are able to choose from a list of women to be able to go into correspondence with, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Keep talking. I want to film these
Sure.
guys. Let's get a little bit of this.
unlike websites like eharmony.com or some of these dating websites, it's not really up to the girl necessarily to be like, oh yeah, I'd love to meet you, I'd love to talk to you. Pretty much because you're paying this fee, it's like a menu for a restaurant in a way. And you have to actually pay to continue talking to them. So usually on these sites, you're not allowed to get these women's phone numbers. They won't give you their phone number, and if they do, then they get in trouble with the whole boss of the site. So they're in a situation where every email can cost up to like $10, and they'll attach some low resolution pictures to these emails, and it'll usually go on and on and on until there's a point where, hopefully for these people, they'll end up going to China or going to one of these countries to actually meet them. And they'll have these like set up banquets sometimes where you can actually meet the girls that you've been chatting with, or more often than not, you'll get completely scammed. So basically the scam comes into where the guy gets off the airplane after talking and paying for emails with this woman, gets off the airplane, and it turns out that she doesn't exist.
All right, so I guess I missed the whole thing about...
I was just explaining what it was.
Okay.
Right? So
all right.
sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, more often than not, it is a scam. So basically, they'll get $10 per email for a long period of time, and also these gifts. So
Sure.
you can pay exorbitant prices, $100 for a bouquet of flowers. It'll go to nowhere because
Sure.
it won't be sent.
I mean,
or
yeah.
they'll actually take pictures with these stock girls, basically, with holding these flowers and stuff, right? So these guys get duped into it. But let's just give everyone the benefit of the doubt and talk about, maybe ones that actually work out. Okay?
Yeah, I don't want to dissuade people from, pursuing a happy relationship.
No.
A cross-cultural relationship is very exciting in the beginning, and it's appealing. Of course it's appealing, because it's something like, oh wow, I get to experience a completely different culture. I get to experience something very alien. So, it's one of those situations where, maybe you're a little older, you've kind of gone through life, and maybe you're divorced or you're widowed.
Right.
Or, is that how you say it? Widowed?
Sure.
No, you're not a widow.
You're
widower.
widowed.
You're widowed. You're a widower?
You're a widower.
I think it's a
That
widower.
probably means you killed her.
No.
Anyway, it doesn't
whatever.
matter.
So anyway, let's just say you don't have a wife anymore.
Right.
Or maybe you
Fresh
just
out of
couldn't.
wives.
Maybe you just never had a wife.
Right.
But you're kind of used to your own kind. You're used to the dating game back home. You know what it's all about, or you just don't have the energy for it anymore.
Sure.
And you're like, well, I want something different. I want to change. I want something exotic.
Okay.
Marry into a culture where the family is going to be a completely different, thing, and you get to go off for Chinese New Year or Tet or whatever. And
traditional values.
yeah, it's different, right? So it's exciting. It is exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, we both lived through it. It's exciting, but man, is it difficult.
Right.
It's once you get over the exoticness of it, you all of a sudden have to deal with the fact that, wow, you're in a culture that's completely different from your own.
Right.
And you've been thrown into the deep end.
Right.
So anyway, like I was saying, benefit of the doubt, guy just wants to go out and experience a different culture. The amount of money that you end up spending on a lot of these little trick sites and stuff could be negated if you rather just visited a place.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Without any scams in mind, without any nonsense, if you just, for instance, flew into Hanoi like we did, and you rented a hotel and you walked around, hey, how's it going? And you walked around and you talked to people and you had a couple of drinks and you met someone and talked to the receptionist at the hotel and she's cute and like, oh, you know, I'm a really successful guy from the States, you know, like, how about we get married? No, what am I saying?
You're
Never mind.
grossing me out.
I'm just kidding.
No, I know you mean
But
that.
the thing is, like, the fact is, you could go out and actually see, first of all, if you appreciate the culture, because here's the big thing. I've met a lot of people that appreciate their Chinese families and Chinese wives and Vietnamese families and wives. But I've also met a lot of foreigners who pull me aside and they're like, holy shit, I would not have gotten married if I knew this is what she came from, or this is what they were like. You know, they go to Vietnam or China or wherever, they end up going to the family and they live in like a pigsty. And the guy's like, oh my word, what have I done? There's a lot of regret. But if you come to a place and you see that it's actually something that you like, something that you can accept, you fall in love with the culture, you have a great time, then you know that it's ready to go to the next step. You know what I mean?
Right.
Make sense?
It absolutely does, and that's what I wanted to bring up is the fact that when I get these emails from people, I understand why they're disappointed because more often than not, they turn out to be fake.
Yeah.
Like, they're not, obviously these women in the photos exist, but they're just working for a company, right?
Right.
When I go through the evidence and do information searches on these women in Chinese and find out that they're being used on multiple sites, the guys, a lot of times, and it sucks, but a lot of the times these guys they refuse. They've been spending maybe 2 years talking to this woman.
Sure.
Of course it's frustrating, I get it, you know?
Yeah.
So rather than use something like this, maybe go do it yourself.
Yeah.
Right? This is very loud.
What the hell is this?
The North Korea America Summit.
Yeah.
And they're putting on a party.
It's kind of annoying.
Annoying.
Yeah, it's very annoying. Let's get past this.
Anyway. Rather than me sounding, but you sounding like, oh, everyone's confident and can just walk around meeting girls, because we know that's not the case.
No.
Everyone's different, right? Some people are shy, some people don't want to do that, and they want to be within the comfort of their own home.
Yeah.
The advice is relevant because of how many people have gotten burned by these things, right? And even if it does work out, it's very difficult to get to know if there's chemistry with someone.
Sure.
Over some emails that you're paying for.
Oh, that's true. You know, I was just looking at that rat. I don't know what's going on there. It's like, there are enough live ones running around. Don't know why I need a fake one. Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing them all over.
Yeah.
Sorry. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to say personally here is because, yes, I had to go through a lot of failed relationships in China before I got, you know, the one, you know, Sasha at the moment. It's not easy, just like anywhere else in the world, it's not easy, right?
Right.
But you have to first know if it's a culture that you want to marry into or not.
Right.
So you should probably, rather than going on AsianFriendFinder.biz or whatever and searching, what the hell's going on?
I don't know.
I think what you need to do is go out and first see for yourself.
For sure.
Don't spend money on the membership, spend money on a plane ticket.
Exactly. I think it's like some sort of girl band.
Look, there's like a Jinan over there pretending to do it too.
Oh, is it?
It's funny. Yeah, get some. So yeah, like these guys, stay awesome.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. And don't forget, we have a new schedule, which means a new ADV China video every single Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Not only that, you can check out a Lao 86 video at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. And don't forget, Friday, just before the weekend, time to crack open a beer. You can watch a SerpentZA video, also 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't forget, every week you get 3 videos from us.